Because you're doing this kind of motion, this motion is within the range of the motion of that joint. So when that happens, what that does is releases the restriction of the gas that's being trapped in there, and therefore that's the sound that you're hearing. Unlike a chiropractic manipulation where you forcefully crack the bone per se, not lack of terminology, but using that type of technique to adjust the bone to release the gas is very different than for yourself to do that range of motion and to have the same effect. Because within this range of motion it's the same range of motion that you and I will be doing, like how I would be able to bend my finger. This is the range of motion of my finger. But there's a range between I can move my finger like this, and then I can also apply more pressure to bend my finger even more. And then there's another layer beyond that point where I can forcibly manipulate the joint. But it's not necessarily to a degree, depending on the situation of the condition. There's other ways you can manipulate the joint, mobilize the joint, for example, to do or have similar effects from that. It's no different from what I mentioned about, that's why when you're putting your hands up like this and you look at your blind spot or you're trying to back in, then you can automatically hear that pop. It's no different from that. It's within the range of motion of that joint. So if the joint is very restrictive and I were to move the joint to a certain position, I can also have the same effect of that pop sound. But does not mean I'm hurting the joint just because there's a pop sound? No.